Okay, so these guys put a 2-inch drain for a mop sink, and it's about an inch away from where it needs to be. So what we need to do is we need to move it from here over an inch, so to about here, because that's where the drain on the actual mop sink is. So here's a mop sink, and this is one of those slip-on style mop sinks. I'll show you how this fits. So currently, you can see where the drain is on the mop sink. So in order to move that over, what I'm going to do is I bought two 22-degree fittings, and I'm going to, and this is actually kind of nice because I think it moves it about an inch. Pretty darn close to it, at least. The pipe does have a little flex to it, and it's going to have a little bit of play in it. Thankfully, the guys actually wrapped enough foam around this to where I don't have to actually chisel out too much concrete. But anyways, in order to cut it down, I got this nifty little tool that goes at the end of a drill. And this is really nice because I can just put it inside the pipe and cut around. So I'm going to do that and get back to you guys. So I cut it down and dry fit this sink on there now, so I have it set up to where it's offset a little bit. So I got it closer. It's sitting in there now, but I still got a little bit of a lip against here, and I got a bit of a gap towards the bottom, so I just need to drop the entire setup down about an inch and a half or inch or so, and then we'll be all right. So we good. Cut it down a little bit more, a little bit deeper. Like I said, I love this little tool. Works great. Just cuts right through the inside, and I'll kind of show you guys how it does it. You just pretty much insert it into the hole, and you spin it, and then you just cut around the perimeter, and then it just cuts it out however deep. I mean, you can only get it about as deep as the tool goes, but great little tool. So I was a little worried about this, but it turns out that the previous guys poured the concrete nice and level, and I'll show you just how level. So I have this sitting square on the concrete, and so level just about right there, and so I got a gap from nothing to about there, and this is the new pour that they did right where the mop sink is supposed to go. Looks like I will need my little jackhammer. I'm gonna have to probably jackhammer out the corner and try to sink that end on the other end, because I'm not gonna be picking this up an inch and a half. I got the tile coming up to it right here, so jackhammering out, you can see down there. I'll probably pick it up and do a better video. A lot closer to where I need to be. So right there is pretty much level, which is a heck of a lot less than it was. I'm actually kind of afraid to even check level this way, but let's do it for kicks and giggles. Yeah, about the same thing, but as you can see, it's about probably a good 3/8 of an inch or so. But there's only so much I can do with this beautiful floor. So the next thing I'm going to do, because I'm actually going to want to get the drain a little bit more over, I'm probably going to notch out the sheetrock, the drywall on this end, and actually shove it into the wall a little bit here. That'll give me about another 1/2 inch, because that's about the thickness of this drywall. So I'm going to trace the tub and trace this mop sink, and then push it in the wall. Not really to my surprise, but I open up the drywall here, and well, I got wood studs. That's number one. Number two, it's not even pressure treated on the bottom. Just great. Just great. Just gives me something else to do or worry about now. They built this whole opening wrong to begin with. It's too wide. It's meant for a 24 by 24 mop sink, and it's 32 inches wide. It takes up space in this restaurant that is actually kind of valuable, because this is only a 300 square foot restaurant to begin with. And so I don't even understand how all this passed inspection, because the plans didn't call for this. They ran this plumbing. Everything's all off center, especially back here for the mop sink. It's way up in the corner. It technically should at least have been centered. Ideally been on that wall, but it's an old 13-inch brick wall, so couldn't put it there, so they put it on this end, but they didn't quite center that. And then now that I look under here, they use just regular studs, and great. Well, after discussing it with the owner, we decided to just go ahead and try to install the sink temporarily so that we can just get our inspection done, and then we'll get in here and open up the wall and change all this out after final inspection's done and over with, so that we can get moving probably come in here one of these nights and just demo this out and rebuild it with the pressure treated, or possibly just open it up and redo a metal studs. We'll see. But there you go. Sink is in, nice and square, somewhat level, as good as it'll get. Done.